So much, sir. And we are so grateful that the Global Initiative on Decent Jobs for Youth will serve as an important tool for advancing the UN Youth Strategy and Generation Unlimited. We are grateful for your commitment. Thank you.
And speaking of moving from words to action, I know the next speaker has been at the forefront of trying to hold governments, the UN systems, accountable to get to act. We've heard today that the UN Youth Strategy is about bringing together cross-cutting UN themes on different issues, including youth, peace, and security. And this woman is a mentor to many young people around the world. She's been a champion on the question of youth, peace, and security, and she directs the Somalia Peace Center. And I had the honor of serving with her recently on the United Nations Secretary General's Advisory Group on Youth, Peace, and Security. And we're delighted to hear from you, especially also a young person who's doing something and who is here as well to make a commitment. Ilwad Elman, the floor is yours.
Wonderful. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. This has been, I think, one of the most exciting General Assemblies and an event like no other, and a lot of high energy, and I'm thrilled to be here to be able to share some thoughts from my end. But anytime you look at the news, you can find out about the bad things that are happening in your community, that are happening in the world. However, when there's bad news, there are usually people working to solve the problems and are standing up to the forces that are causing them. Often these are young people. In fact, young people have been instrumental to every social and civil rights movement in history. And they were not just engaged behind the scenes, they were leaders. We are here today having this conversation because of the spirit, the focus, and savvy of young people around the world. Because young people have maintained a clear message of what they need, we have mobilized nations and rallied support from politicians and thought leaders globally to create the youth strategy and Generation Unlimited that are being launched here today. We did this. When I reflect on the obstacles in my own personal and professional life as a young woman that ticks almost every minority box, as a Black, Muslim, refugee from a conflict-laden country, the challenges have been cultural, they've been structural, they've been gendered, and far too many that I'll spare you here today. But I think of how slim the odds were for me to be able to be here today, to serve at the leadership levels that I do, but most importantly, how my barriers are really not that unique. And that for most young people today, this remains a reality as well. Youth's meaningful participation in education, peace and security, gender equality, humanitarian action shouldn't be by luck. It shouldn't only depend on individual champions. It should be systemic, institutional, and accessible, even for those that are considered to be the hardest to reach. But the reality is that it's just not. Until now. The UN Youth Strategy is providing the roadmap for the UN's work with young people, and Generation Unlimited is operationalizing that strategy. Through my work in Somalia at the Elman Peace Center, as well as my capacity as an advisor for the 2250 Security Council resolution on youth, peace, and security, I've engaged with young peace builders all around the world that are taking the risks, innovating, and leading entire communities to be peaceful. The UN Youth Strategy, which includes as one of its 5 priority areas a dedicated focus on supporting young people as catalysts for peace and security and humanitarian action, is incredibly important for people like myself, and the opportunity that exists now, the Generation Unlimited, is linking that to the priority areas of education, skills development, and empowerment, including fostering partnerships and resource allocations that help young peace builders scale their solutions for peace and security. By inviting young people like myself that are living in extremely difficult contexts to serve at the highest decision-making level of Generation Unlimited as a global member of its board, it's a testament to how UNICEF, under the leadership of Madame Faure, and the initiative in a whole, is trying to do business differently. and this is welcomed by myself and by youth globally. And I want to express my gratitude for the opportunity. For every young person here, and for everyone watching online, the message I want to send to you is that this agenda really is for us. And as a first of many exciting things that are to come with Generation Unlimited, I have the extreme honor to announce that Generation Unlimited Youth Challenge is now open and that we are bringing it to 16 countries. For the first round, the participating countries are Brazil, Hungary, Jordan, Kenya, Kosovo, Lebanon, Macedonia, Montenegro, Nicaragua, Pakistan, Sudan, Tajikistan, Tanzania, Thailand, Vietnam, and Zimbabwe. And what's happening in these areas is that the most promising solutions in each of these countries will receive seed funding and mentorship, and with the top 5 solutions receiving further investments, tailored support from Generation Unlimited partners. So this is actually matching the resources to this rhetoric that we've been hearing for years and years and years, that youth can lead, youth can be solvers. So I'm very happy to hear of all of the commitments that were made today by the partners and supporters of this initiative, and I want to echo that as well by making my own commitment. It is part of my life's purpose to advocate for spaces and places that allow authentic youth engagement. And as a global board member for Generation Unlimited, I commit to every young person that I will do everything in my power to advance and sustain this movement that we have launched here together today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for showing that there is no age of entry to living every day with purpose. Those closest to the pain should be closest to the power. We are so honored to know that you are there with Generation Unlimited, making sure the voices of youth are heard.
And we